Welcome back to another fantasy video with me, JD. You're joining me for the round 9 review. We're heading into round 10. Sorry for breaking my streak and not uploading a video last week. If you've come from the Supercoach video, you will know that my keyboard died and I was away for work, and the combo of those two things led to no video. Very hard to record when you don't have a keyboard. I'm taking suggestions for a new one, so please let me know. All right, trades for last week. Let's quickly go through it. This is going to be a quick video. We're going to jump through it. But we got in Colby McKercher last week. We brought him back, which was pretty good. He scored a 88 and went up 53k, so that's nice. And then we didn't bring in Bont. We did that the week before. We didn't bring in Dawson. We did that the week before. Who did we bring in? Who did we bring in? Why can I not see who I traded in? Oh, Tim English for Yo, of course. I had to get a ruck. English was alright in this format, better than the other one, 109. That's okay. I kind of expected more though, just given his form and Tigers, but whatever. Briggs, easy matchup. Like, we should get some more points here. So let's hope that goes well. Cherry finally had a down game though, which is a shame because I'd like to move them on. All right. My score was to 2208, moved up from about 3k to 2821. I think I've been slowly sliding back since about round 4, so finally turned it around. And I'd had like weeks and weeks where I felt like a hit on every trade. Like 3 weeks ago Dawson, 2 weeks ago Bont, and Sweet, McKercher, and English this week. So like lots of good trade-ins, but it's just taken a very long time to turn the ship around. Too much fiddling around with stuff and things going wrong, which obviously hasn't helped. All right, let's get the price order going because we know that is the most important thing for a successful fantasy team, is to have it in price order. And if you don't have it in price order, you deserve bad things to happen to you. That is just the rules. I don't make them. Vice captain was Butters for the week. His 128 was taken. My captain was going to be Bont, so I missed out on 2 points there. But obviously, Dacos was probably my top scorer, 131. Oh, 131. Steele was a 131 as well. Any of those would have been good options, but the 128 only lost 3 points. Pretty happy with that. I think that would have been better than a lot of people's captains. To be honest, who knows? Did Sarong have a big score? Because I think he would have probably been pretty popular. 107. No, it wasn't big. Was there any really big scores then? Hold on. Hey, look, what was no, last round. There we go. Oh, Marshall. Yep, traded him out. That sucks. Especially when English didn't score. Oh, Walsh. I'm sure there would have been some Walsh vice captain that's taken that 143. That's pretty nice. Petrarca 815. He's cheap. Okay. No, I don't think anything else that's reasonable. Oh, no, Bonner is killing me every week. Bonner, please stop. Probably part of the reason why I haven't been able to make up ground. Between him and Gone, just every week, daggers after daggers. Okay, so quickly going through the side then. Oh wait, I didn't finish doing price order. Once again, most important thing. Oh, it's actually pretty good in the forward line. I mean, we can put Dempsey on here so it looks a little bit better, nice. Even we'll go as far as fixing up the bench. That's important stuff. Okay. So, just quickly to wrap through this. So, Martin and Dacos, great, very good. If you still don't have Dacos, even though I've been saying get Dacos for like 3 weeks, you should probably get Dacos. Sheasel is the concern in defense and looks like he could be traded, honestly, now that he's been moved up the ground. Not the pig-friendly role that we've been looking for, so I think he is someone you could consider moving on this week. It does muck around with upgrade cadences potentially, but I think there may be... it may be worthwhile considering moving him on. There are obviously some good rookies coming through, and I assume if you're trading him, it means you're not jumping on them. So Sullivan's now up 71k. He's looked pretty good. Richards this week scored an 81. He looked good as well. So yep. I think they're both reasonable options. Oh, I know some people have got Moose Bruce, but I think it must have been an elevated price for him to already be up. He's only got 38k, yeah, so he's been elevated price, and the hair is awesome. Probably not, even though the matchups are good this week. His low time and ground is a concern for me. Okay, Young, yeah, like he's gonna have some down games, but honestly, outside of that, he's been tunning like mad, so that's fine. Whitfield, attention 2 weeks in a row now, which is a bit of a concern because I think other teams will be looking at this and doing it, but when he gets off the chain again, I expect to see the scoring return. Dogs haven't been a team to tag so much, so he may be okay this week. And then Roberts is the real concern here. He so I'm just looking at Howes. I want to know if he made money or not. There's got to be an easy way to do that, right? I think if I look at list view or something instead. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, Roberts moved up the ground and was playing on the wing rather than at a defense. He had a few kick-ins early, but then played wing. This is not good. This is really not good. He's going to start losing money. So probably one that has gone from being comfortable being on field every week to someone that is a must trade. A bit like Sheasel, really. Howes, ticking along. West Coast this week. Hopefully he'll get some more points into him. Midfield just kicked butt this week. I mean, honestly, the lowest was a McKercher 88. Everyone else tonned up, including LDU, top scored for this year. Actually, I was looking before. Butters top score, Steele top score, Bont second top score, LDU top score, Sharps top score, and Closey all had top scores for the year. Pretty good week to do it, and I still only barely moved up rank. So that's a bit of a concern for me unless those trends continue. Yeah, Dawson still lower, like mid 60s CBAs, but getting it done. He could be going even better if they gave him a slightly better role. Butters is thriving without Rosie in there, and yeah, looks really good. I think other teams should be giving him some attention, but I guess it's a bit hard when you put Horton Francis in there as tandem, who's also doing damage, and maybe that's the one that you want to send people to because Butters can be wasteful by foot at times. But yeah, Hawks matchup this week. Steele had a bounce back game. They've had 2 comfortable wins. I'm curious to see how they go against a stronger team and whether his injury starts to show its head a little bit more. Could be someone I look to move on during the buys if he's still at a reasonable price. Bont was good, but probably expected a little bit more against the Tigers, but you can take it. Yeah, LDU, like junk time specialist, it seems like now he's just awful hold. I can't wait to trade him out. Sharp was good, keep making money, and should score well, probably against the Saints again. Him and Wilson going head to head would be pretty interesting, both like really good runners. McKercher back to half back, along with Fisher now that Sheasel's out, and they both looked pretty good, taking kick-ins. I think he had about 7 this week or something like that. So yeah, very happy to have traded him in, can make more money. Annoying that I traded him out in the first place, but hey, it happens. Closey, yeah, he's looked great. On-field option every week. Against the Cats is a bit scary. Against Carlton's a bit scary, but he's now got like another 100 baked into his price rises here. So yeah, we'll just ride him out probably till the buys. Graham, I hope he comes back soon. Harvey, Thomas here. Subs back-to-back games is annoying. I don't think they had any injuries, right, that would actually see him come back into that side. So I kind of just want him to either drop or play full games now because I'd like happy to trade him out at this price, but I think I've got other things to do than move him on. And I'll just quickly speak on Cadman. Oh man, should have had a good week against the Dons, but didn't expect the Bombers to get up and beat them. And I think concerning here is his time on ground's dropped off the last 2 weeks from mid 70s to 68 to 64. Might be time for a rest for him. 2 weeks until the bye, but concerning. Dogs defense is like one that I would have been comfortable with, but now they've got O'Donnell as another tall option there as well. I think like Cadman could be held pretty well against them, to be honest. All right, Rux, yeah, English is okay. Cherry, interesting one. Like we should give him probably at least one bad game because prior to this he had 2 scores at 83, but nothing below a ton. Wits is obviously a tougher matchup. Essendon's been a hard matchup to score on too, but back to 1 ruck unless Draper returns this week. So look, like, do I give Cherry a reprieve? I'd probably like to move him on and like get back to just playing sweet on field solo, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think once again I'll have other trades to do. Just having a quick think about what this may be. Flanders good, Heaney good. Powell made the best of a bad situation. Hopefully Phillips has dropped again, but like mid 70s is all I'm gonna get. He's a problem, but I'll figure it out later. Wilson, great. Yeah, he's like 3 really awesome scores in a row now. He's just going to keep ticking on money, and hopefully someone we can just hold until close to his buy or like trade through the buys. West Coast in a few weeks. Reed is still making money. I guess he's got a couple of 80s and that 78 still in his price in his system. I assume his break even ticks up this week and might be unachievable, but I think I've got bigger problems. Dempsey had a like somewhat underwhelming score, to be honest. But against Port, like these last handful of games here, like Carlton, Melbourne, Port, all on the harder side for mine. So yeah, against the Suns, obviously Teo is not great for those outside players, but could be okay. And maybe I just try and hold until this Tigers game. We'll see. We'll see. If the opportunity presents to move him on, like that'd be great. But I think I've got, Thomas, Reed, Cadman all potentially present like more pressing issues, to be honest. And Garcia, like ticking along. Nice little 58 from him. I fielded him over Dempsey this week, so I got 9 points out of that. Big win. But yeah, like easier matchups, against Hawks and North these last couple of weeks. I don't kind of expect this to keep going on. And I think that's pretty much the side. Okay, so let us talk some trade targets this week. I've got no idea, to be honest, but obviously I didn't get Oliver last week. I wanted to wait one more week and just check he was a real deal. His break even was 97. He beat that by 2, so he's gone up 3k. West Coast Saints, pretty good matchup the next couple, but yeah, he's looking better. So I think I'm a buyer of Oliver. The other cheap option this week is probably Fisher now that he's back in defense. Forward mid flexibility, he's gone 103 the last 2 weeks. Essendon this week, which I think is a little bit harder to score for defenders, and then Port's not great, and then the bye, but like I think his value is pretty undeniable. So how do I get to these players? I think Robert's got to go. That wing roll, do not like. Could bounce back against Carlton, but don't like. So that's a pretty easy one. I can't even afford Fisher just straight off the bat with him. But I think it might be time to move on Sheasel as well. Maybe that's a little bit aggressive. Maybe that could be a bit of a mistake. But unless I hear word that they're going to bring like him back into the defense line more, then like I think it might be time to go. Fisher is bugging out. Let's reset that again. Trade is invalid. I haven't even started, brother. I mean, I know trading Sheasel for Fisher is strange. Don't get me wrong. I'm just going to do that now. But like, it's not an invalid trade. And then I could move Roberts on here. And I've got 970k doing that. So lots of options. But yeah, I think the Oliver value is probably too good to pass up. And I can just bank some extra money for next week. So looking at that, yeah, quickly, let's just have a look at some forward options here. So Zorko, back in that defense role, last 3 is 118. Back in the sweet role. And like, honestly, his matchups the next few are so good. He's got the bye, but yeah, Tigers and Hawks, these could be like big, maybe not 180s, but these could be like easily 120s, 130s in these next 2. And then the Saints matchup here, this Dogs matchup, these are all very nice matchups, just the bye in the middle. So I think if you like already had Oliver, or you like weren't doing this Fisher move, I think Zorko looks like a very good buy this week. I think Rankine, I don't know where he's priced at in this 707 one. It's always harder in these types of formats, but yeah, Pies, West Coast, Hawks, Richmond, next 4. These are very nice fixture, and he's pretty modestly priced at 81. I think he can beat that. Defenders, let's just have a quick look. Anyone in the last 3? I mean, yeah, people are going to go Ryan this week against Saints matchup. I get it. This could be another score like this, another 150-ish. Last time he played them, it was a 171 in Supercoach starter last year. I don't know what it was in fantasy, but I assume similarly large. And then no one else in here really appeals to me that much. So yeah, I guess like if you're keen on Ryan, you could go him. Houston's had a couple of poorer games now in a row. Potentially, I mean, Hawks North next 2, but yeah, he's someone maybe after his bye that you could consider picking up as well. And Stewart has probably dropped an absolute metric ton. Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't even think he's touchable at this rate. I mean, maybe after bye, it's very cheap that he's getting. I think I prefer like Fisher and McKercher types, though, which is crazy. Okay. Mids, let's have a quick look. Yes, Dunkley's been on a heater. I got him in Bolter, but not here. That 151, pretty crazy. Richmond and Hawks next 2, as we've mentioned with that Brisbane Lions run. So he, like, decent option, but up there in price. Wrong's the one I probably like just because to buy more, but run isn't as good. Still going up in price, though. These guys are very all top price, though. I think I probably just fade them. No value. Or at least until I'm, like, getting close to finishing my team. If you don't have Dawson, I think Dawson's probably viable, but not great. I still like Butters as an option. Bont is obviously a good option as well. Laird had really low time on ground, which is weird. Merritt's dropping a little bit. So North, Richmond next 2, but like he's still, where is he? 985, probably wouldn't touch. Parrish had a pretty poor score after the week before, but once again, nice fixture next 2. I don't think I'd be jumping on though. All right, and then should we look? Did Saligo keep going up? He's been very good. It's only 79. Okay. And then forwards, let's quickly have a look here. So more, some probably jumped on. Arms I wouldn't touch. Rankin I mentioned. I think he's a decent option with the fixture. Where's old Coldwell? Because I know people were pretty keen on him. Yeah, it's a shame. I think who does it coincide with coming back? Perkins. I think that was my flag on Caldwell that once Perkins returns, there's a chance he gets pushed out. Yeah, Perkins been back for 2 of those. Let's have a look at Essendon CBAs quickly. Come on, load up. Load up. Can't even see it in the screen properly for all those lovely viewers at home, and you're still not loading. That's crazy. Okay, well, let's just assume that they're bad. Okay. I think that's really it. So, yeah, for me, I think these are the trades I'm looking at. It'll be Sheasel down to Fisher, and then Oliver in for Roberts. But I listed a few of the other options you could consider there. I will not be giving him the C, though. That's definitely not going to happen. Let's just have a look at the team then, how it looks on field after that. So still running 3 rookies in the forward line. Not good. Very not good. This is the whole idea of like not having to get an English. I could be fielding sweet and getting some of these other rookies off the field. Just hasn't happened. Defense and midfield look good. Rucks look fine, and then yeah, the forward line here is pretty sketchy. I mean, I guess like with Barnett, I can loop a couple of these, but still not great. Wilson probably confident in fielding each week. The others not so much. All right, S and CBA still haven't loaded. Let's just have a quick look at the fixture for captain, vice captain this week. Sorry, you cannot see. This is not great viewing. Terrible, terrible stuff. So yeah, Merritt against North, I like. Butters against Hawks, I'm a little bit worried about tag. Frio's got St Kilda, so if you're bringing in Luke Ryan this week, I think vice captain or captain makes sense. I've got him vice captain in Supercoach and Merritt captain here for what you can see. If you've got a Dunkley type, then against Richmond, that's a very interesting matchup for sure. I think you could go big there. English against Briggs, I like as a matchup. Dacos, I think, is a consideration for VC. And then beyond that, not a ton that I like. Maybe Sarong against... yeah, so, like, what am I doing here? Oh, Fisher is not in price order. I've got to fix this up for the good juju. All right, so what do I like here? For all the good matchups I've been talking about, there's not like a ton of those good matchups that I personally have. Oh, Martin against North could be like decent as well. So I'm probably going to back in Team English at some point. And then I'll either be like Dawson or Dacos, maybe vice captain. I could see myself doing. Because I don't really have any of these other nice matchups I really like. Maybe I could consider Butters again, but he's more of a vice captain than captain to me. Oh, I guess if you got Gorn against BJ Williams, you'd be looking at that. I haven't really considered Flanders or Heaney. Do they have anyone? No, Heaney's got Carlton. I wouldn't touch that. Flanders has Geelong, which I probably also wouldn't touch. I'll need to have a look at the strength of schedule. All right. I mean, it's not going to be C Clary, but whatever. Anyway, that's the team. 245k banked after Sheasel to Fisher and Roberts to Oliver. Hopefully that means next week I can get a forward in and take someone off the field, or get another defender in and move Fisher into the forward line. That would be ideal. If Howes plays the last game, so I can't even like see a score and decide how to trade around that. But maybe I can loop Dempsey this week. Okay. As always, if you've got questions, I'll try and answer them this week. But as I mentioned, that keyboard, there's no keyboard, so it's going to make it pretty tricky. But I'll do my best. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.